I can still recall a time in my past when I would eagerly talk to any girl who seemed interested in me. The conversations would flow effortlessly, filled with laughter and connection. Everything would seem to be going great until, out of nowhere, she would start losing interest. For a long time, I couldn't figure out why this kept happening. However, after years of experience, extensive study, and deep research into female psychology, I finally understood the underlying cause, and more importantly, I discovered how to fix it. If you've been following my content for a while, you've probably heard me emphasize this point repeatedly. The first step to solving any problem is identifying its root cause. When it comes to attraction fading, there are two primary reasons why this happens. The first issue is that, in many cases, the dynamic between you and the girl lacks a crucial ingredient: drama. Now let me explain exactly what I mean by drama. In this context, drama doesn't mean unnecessary conflict or chaos. Instead, it refers to an emotional journey that a girl must experience to remain attracted to you. If there is no emotional engagement, no highs and lows, no excitement, no unpredictability, then interest starts to wane. So how do you ensure that she remains captivated over the long term? You need to make her experience a wide range of emotions. Here are the key emotions you must evoke to sustain her attraction. Excitement. Keep the interaction engaging by alternating between showing interest and pulling back slightly. This creates anticipation and intrigue. Fun. Make sure she associates you with enjoyable experiences. If she remembers you as someone who brings energy and laughter into her life, she'll naturally want to be around you. Confusion. Leave certain things unanswered. For instance, cut a story short before reaching its conclusion, or end an interaction on a cliffhanger. This keeps her thinking about you. Curiosity. If she's unsure about how you feel or where she stands with you, she'll want to figure it out. This keeps you on her mind. Eagerness. Make her want to learn more about you. Keep her guessing rather than laying all your cards on the table too soon. Jealousy. Subtly let her know that you have options. A woman is naturally more attracted to a man who is in demand. Comfort. She will never allow herself to get close to you unless she feels safe and at ease in your presence. Conflict. Occasional disagreements aren't necessarily bad. A well-managed argument can add depth to your connection and show that you're not afraid to challenge her. Balancing these emotions is key. Letting one emotion dominate for too long will make the dynamic monotonous, eventually causing her to lose interest. To keep her engaged, you need to maintain a degree of unpredictability in your conversations, behavior, and overall demeanor. The second major reason why women lose interest is that they sense you want them more than they want you. No matter what kind of personality a woman has, the moment she realizes that your desire for her outweighs hers for you, she instinctively pulls away. This often becomes evident through subtle, or not so subtle, behavioral shifts. If you find yourself constantly catering to her wishes, going out of your way to please her, or saying things like, "I can't live without you," you are inadvertently lowering your value in her eyes. While you may think you're expressing love, you're actually signaling desperation, and desperation is never attractive. So, what's the solution? How do you reignite her interest once it starts to fade? The first step is to assess your current situation. You need to determine whether she has truly lost interest in you or if she was never genuinely interested in the first place. Many men struggle with this distinction, and your approach should depend on the circumstances. Let's break this down into two possible scenarios. Scenario 1. You've only met her once or twice. If you're still in the early stages of getting to know her, you're essentially in the attraction phase. At this point, you need to take the initiative. Despite the common advice to never chase, the reality is that, in the beginning, it's up to you to make the first move. A woman will rarely take the lead right away. She is constantly being approached by men, so standing out requires you to bring something different to the table. If she hasn't responded to your message, wait a while and then engage with her in a more casual, indirect way. maybe by commenting on one of her social media stories. If she's a colleague or someone you see regularly, don't hesitate to strike up a conversation. At this stage, making an effort isn't a sign of weakness. It's a necessary part of the process. Scenario 2. She was initially interested but then pulled away. This is where things get tricky, and this is the focus of the rest of this discussion. If you've already built some connection, maybe you've gone on several dates, things seemed great, but then her behavior suddenly changed. You need to handle the situation carefully. Here are 7 crucial steps to follow if you want to turn things around. Limit communication. If she starts pulling away, don't flood her with texts or calls. Desperation is a surefire way to push her further away. Don't confess your feelings. If she's losing interest, telling her how much you like her will not win her back. In fact, it's likely to make things worse. Stay emotionally composed. Don't react with anger or block her out of frustration. Emotional outbursts only confirm that she has power over you. Avoid over-apologizing. If she's distant, don't assume you did something wrong and start apologizing for no reason. This makes you appear weak. Don't demand clarity. Asking her outright if she wants to be with you or not puts unnecessary pressure on the situation. Let things unfold naturally. Don't try to win her over with gifts. Expensive dinners or presents won't make her like you more. In fact, they may have the opposite effect, making you look like you're trying too hard. Maintain your confidence. Never let a woman's wavering interest make you question your worth. Attraction is about behavior, and behavior can always be adjusted. The ultimate takeaway is this: when a woman starts pulling away, give her space. Let her have the distance she's seeking. Stay calm, composed, and unbothered. If she truly had any level of attraction toward you, she will eventually reach out again. And when she does, don't immediately suggest meeting up. Play it cool, engage her in light conversation, and slowly rebuild the emotional connection. Only after some time should you bring up the idea of seeing each other again. Finally, always remember that sometimes a woman's behavior is purely a manipulation tactic to test your reaction. If you'd like to dive deeper into how to recognize these games, make sure to check out my other content on this topic.